It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 dig, 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 go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Full crowd in here, huh?
They're coming. Jet coming in?
It smells terrible. Like I needed a shower.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that.
Okay, we are now joined in the media center by our winning team today for the Cool City Customs 200. We have Erik Darnell, the driver of the number 99 Northern Tool and Equipment Ford, won by 0.005 of a second, the closest margin of victory in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series history. It is his second career series win. His first came last year at Kansas. Erik, if you can just open up, talk about how you got that run off turn 4 and how you won the race today.
Well, I think the finish was a little more exciting than I wanted it to be. But I knew Johnny had been running me clean when he was behind me before, and you know, I knew he wasn't going to get into me or anything. But the way these trucks draft, the way you can side draft with them, especially the air here at a bigger place like Michigan, I knew he was going to be able to kind of suck up to the side of me and pull off and get a run, so I had to do the same thing to him. And fortunately for us, or for me, got it right at the start-finish line and was able to beat him by just a little bit.
All right, great. We also have the winning crew chief, Matt Puccia. Matt, tell us how you saw the race from on top of the box today.
Well, we brought a brand new truck here. This first time I'd been on the racetrack was yesterday. Worked all the nicks out of it. Started the race there, and we knew yesterday. We talked yesterday that we didn't know if we'd qualify all that great, but we talked yesterday after practice, and we knew we'd have a good piece for the race today. Started the race there just a tick tight. We just worked on just a little bit with air pressure, and pit stops were really good today. The guys did an awesome job. You know, when it really struggled a little bit the last couple of weeks, but these guys worked really hard, and they made it count when they needed to count.
Great, and last but not least, we have the winning car owner, Jack Roush. Jack, talk about the win. You won here last year with Travis Quapple. Now this.
Well, this is this is my favorite place. Obviously, Ford Motor Company is in Dearborn, and world headquarters for that company, and all of our employees and a lot of customers come. We've got 2 suites here. It's always a pleasure to come to MIS. First super speedway I went to in 1964. We'll come out here and watch Indy cars. So this is home for me, and to be able to be here with Erik and with Matt is just wonderful. It's great for Northern Tool. We've missed a couple of them this year. I know Erik was just mortified over not being able to win at Charlotte, as we all were, and so this is a bit of redemption. Really proud of the guys for getting him on off the pit road, and proud of Matt for having the truck under him that could do his business. You know, the Toyotas have got a powerful engine with the parts that NASCAR has given them, and we're just struggling to be competitive that way. But he clearly had the superior truck, and he did his job. He was you know, he wasn't going to be intimidated today. He closed the deal, and that's what we're looking for.
Great. We're going to go ahead and open it up to questions. Please wait for the wireless mic, and please state your name and affiliation.
Eric, Tim Twentyman from the News. Did you know that you had won it there at the line?
Not really. You know, I knew Johnny had got ahead of me, but with the side draft, I was able to pull back off of him and get a run right toward the finish line. But it's so hard to tell from inside the truck. I thought we might have had him by a little bit, but if we did, it wasn't by much. What
is that like immediately after, when you don't know and you're going around and you just really don't know if you won or not?
It sucks. You know, I'd like to say I beat him by 20 truck lengths, but we didn't, and it was close, and you get done, and you don't really know whether to come back around and try to grab that checker flag, or you're just kind of, you know, in a state of confusion there for a little bit, but once you get that figured out, it's all right.
Yeah, Erik, it's been more than a year since you won. It's the first win in the Truck Series for Roush Fenway this year, and it's the first one for Ford. Could you just say what that means? It's kind of like winning in triplicate for all of you.
Yeah, it definitely means a lot, not only for me, but for Ford and for Roush Fenway. You know, I honestly believe we should have had a couple of them earlier this year. Daytona and Charlotte are 2 of them that I think we probably should have won both of those already, and you know, stuff happened, and we didn't. So just kind of frustrating, but to finally get that win out of the way. I mean, it's been over a year since I won one of these things, and we've been close so many times. and we were finally able to put everything together today. Matt Push and all the guys in this Northern Tool and Equipment crew did a great job. I mean, pit stops were good today. This is a brand new truck. All the guys back in the shop worked their butts off on it. It was on paper the best truck we had, and I think that showed out on the racetrack today.
David Poole, Charlotte Observer. Eric, the last 40 laps, 35 laps, I don't know, it looked like basically it was a lot of fun to watch for sure. Is it that much fun to run? I mean, obviously you guys have fun and you wouldn't be doing this for a living, but in a race like that when you've got 6, 7 trucks that clearly any one of those 6 or 7 could have won depending on how it came out, are you just like, man, I want more of this?
Well, yes and no. The tough thing about these 2-mile tracks, especially with the trucks, just the way that they are aerodynamically, and with that spacer this year, taking away 80 horsepower or whatever it was, it's hard to pass out there. And we found out at a couple of the mile-and-a-half places this year that track position is really important. You may not have the best truck, but if you can get out front, you can kind of keep it there. And this is more like speedway racing here. I honestly believe, I think we had a little bit better truck than Johnny did, but the way the draft works here, he was able to catch back up to us every time at the end of the straightaway. So I just knew I had to, kind of keep rolling. I gave him the inside a couple times just because I didn't think he'd be able to carry the momentum off the corner, which is kind of the same thing we were fighting. I knew if he got to the outside, it probably would have been done. He would have been able to get past me, but it definitely makes for exciting racing the way that these trucks go around here.
Yeah, Jack, can you explain why you're so successful here in every racing series, and you've won 4 out of 9 here in the trucks now?
We started stock car racing with Mark Martin coming here in 1988. He was really good at Michigan. He was just couldn't wait to get to Michigan, and he gave me a good start, a good basis of setup expectation and of strategy, and I pass that on to the guys where I can, and there's an expectation when we come here. We're playing in front of the home crowd, like most of the teams feel the same way, and my teams do as well feel that way about going to Charlotte. But for me, it's special for Michigan here because that is where I got my start, and that is where Ford Motor Company is, and we have such a great time being hospitable to our customers and to a lot of employees. We've got about 3,000 Roush Industry employees in Livonia, Michigan, here in the Detroit area, and so it's quite a homecoming for them as well. They were in the stands. I'm sure there'll be parties in the streets of Livonia tonight.
Jack, the last 6 or 8 weeks or so, Keselowski's won. Logano has made his debut. Eric wins a race. Donnie Leah won a race. Maybe not Donnie Leah, but it seems like to me Scott Speed has done well. It seems like to me that wherever you look in the sport right now, there's young talent that's beginning to sort of make its mark. And is that a product of have we reached the sort of the first crop of all the effort that's been put into driver development and talent searches and all the stuff that you were one of the ones that pioneered, but other guys have followed along?
Well, I certainly was one of the ones that saw the benefit of working with young people that hadn't realized their success yet, that had the tools to be able to enter competition. Eric's family, his mother and dad supported him and bought the tires and gave him the basis to get the experience. And somebody's got to do that for youngsters. Every one of these youngsters are doing a good job. He's got a family stood behind him before they attracted the interest of sponsors and of team owners like me. It's been it's the case that until about 10 or 15 years ago, somebody like Eric would not have had a chance to get in a good vehicle with enough tires and with enough people that could do what they need to do. He wouldn't have had a chance to do that till he maybe raced for 5 or 10 years. And it was a real crapshoot to figure out which rookie was going to be able to do it because nobody had good stuff. Well, today, it's more pressure on the young people coming because they're in good trucks, they're in good cars, they've got all the tires they need, they've got all the people that they need to do their business, and it's a free for all. I both envy him and I pity him for the fact there are so many youngsters with such ambition and with the tools to really get started. Eric is definitely in that group now, and we're anxious to see what he can do.
Do we have any other questions? Great. Well, congratulations, guys. And,
Thank you, man.
That's mine.
You like you know what you're doing out there, man.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah.
Just like Monday afternoon, I do the same sort of weekdays. My stomping ground.
Yeah, I couldn't hardly tell from in there, but I'll take it.
Hey, Brenda.
Brenda.
These young talents always and bringing them up through the ranks. Yeah, he's really one of the
Left. Right.